Noir Comiccreations. Let the adventure begin. We back with Zumbomba, my acrylic painting I'm working on. And Zumbomba is the leader of the Awakened Territories, the Awakened Lands. And this painting consists of him sitting on his wooden throne, because you know the Awakened Territories is like populated with these elder trees and stuff like that. In this territory, in the territory he lives in, and the elder tree produces this wood that enables the Noirans to have abilities and powers and stuff like that. Okay, that's light. So what we're gonna work on right now is I still want to work on this background. I don't want to jump into the main characters yet. I mean, what I will do is I'll take some gray and outline their hair, making sure their hair stand out. Yeah, this paint is going to go in several stages. I'm still working on the background and the layouts, the flats, just flattening in colors. I mean, like right now, I'm gonna just go ahead and paint their hair gray. Their hair is not gonna be totally gray. It's just the flat color I want to put in for their hair. It's gray. So that will be his hair and his daughter's hair. Yeah, right now I'm out of town with my wife, and we went to Tennessee to visit my family and stuff. I haven't been down here to visit them in a long time, and I'm supposed to be going in and get some spinal disc replacement surgery next month. And usually that surgery takes like a year for recovery, like physical therapy and all that type of stuff. And I definitely won't be able to do no traveling then, or I won't feel up to doing a lot of traveling and stuff like that. So if I was gonna come visit them, it's best to go ahead and do it before I get this surgery done. And plus, with any kind of surgery or something like that, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and pay them a visit. So I'm using acrylic markers. Man, I love these acrylic markers now. I mean, I know alcoholic markers is the thing, the Copic markers and stuff like that, and those type of markers because of their blendability. But if you know how to use acrylic paint, if you're used to using acrylic paint, you can do the same thing with these. You smear that out to get like a blend in it. You can do that with these markers. Yep, so. The only issue I have with these acrylic markers is the coverage, man. You know, if you're trying to cover, that's why I still use paint brushes and stuff when I'm using these markers. I usually only use these markers when it comes to laying in detail. And actually, in this stage of this painting, I'm actually start putting some detail on. You know what? I gotta figure out, do I want to actually do the tree first or the actual background first? And what you're gonna see is, even though this is like the background, it still has tree bark. It's gonna be a lot of tree bark on. So what I'm gonna do is, where you see these like background areas, I'm going to work on the tree bark. And see, with that, yeah, see, it's going to be some grays and a black. So let me test it in a small area first. All right, let's test here what the plan is. And I'm doing this because if I do some overlapping or something on any of the list, I still got room to go back and repair it, because this background right here is the furthest back in this picture that we going. So you're not going back farther than this. What this picture is showing. Let's see. Okay. Alright, and then we're going to take this gray and do some highlighting, like. And then I need a darker gray. So then we kind of blend that in. Y'all get where I'm going with this? This gray right here is kind of white like, so I need a in between. I need something that's more in between the two. So you see how that's starting to look like bark on a tree? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do that with all the places where you see gray at. I'm going to do that. And I got to find me, I think I got some more gray markers. And I'm going to find a gray that's in between. And then we're going to blend it and make it look even more smoother. Right now the lines are too harsh. But that's what the plan is. We're going to do that in the gray areas, and then we might get to the actual tree. Oh, and also I need to fill this in. I need to figure out what color I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do this, because I want all the background areas filled in so I can work on that, and then I'm gonna work from the back to the front. Alright, so I'm gonna take a pause and we're gonna get back with this. Might be in a different location when I come back on this video. Noir Comic Creation, we're back, guys. So I went ahead and started adding some of the tree bark in the background, because how we gonna do this, guys? We working from the background to the foreground, and yeah, so I want to add some grays in here and see how that's gonna look. Just try out little spots and see how that's working. See, even though these are markers, you still go do some blending. I usually blend with my fingers. You know, the best paintbrush you got is the one the Most High gave you. Fingers. So I'm trying to see how that's going to work out. I think that's working out all right. I'm going to go back with some dark and I'm gonna have to do some fixing up of these tree branches too, off the throne, the branches off the throne. And so since we're working on the background, we're working in the background, any little overlapping, like where you go into the picture and stuff, don't panic, don't worry about that, because that's why we're working from the background to the foreground. So by the time you start working on the main picture, you should be finished with your the little details and stuff that you in the background and stuff, so you don't have to mess with the background that much, and then all you have to do is concentrate on the foreground. Alright, so now we're gonna go back with some black. We're gonna try, you always find a little smaller area to test out what you want to try. So now we want to try some more detail of like shapes of the bark, tree bark. So now you want to get a little more specific with shapes. See, like that. And you want to change up the sizes too. You don't want to make them all the same size. Right. Maybe take up 2. Yep, so you want to switch up the sizes. And this one time having like shaky hands pay off, you know, help you with this. So, like I said, this is a relaxing, you know, this is a hobby that's a relaxing hobby. So, you know, you don't have to rush when you do this. I mean, you could hurry up and do this and probably still get a good result. I mean, but me, I'm gonna take my time and just enjoy the process of doing this. And see, this is little stuff like this when people just amazed at the details that you have in your picture, because you take your time and do stuff like this. And it's done in layers and stuff, you know, so. But the end result, you know, people are amazed by the end results because of the detail you're able to generate. You know, and that's why I say, like, little stuff, do this first, and then you can always come back and repair, like, the little tree structure of the tree branches. It's in the picture also. Well, just take your time, enjoy the process. Yeah, so so actually the chair is going to be similar to this process too, with like tree bark and stuff on it. But I'm gonna try to do a different type of texture of tree bark, because you know tree bark come in a lot of different type of texture. Let me break this up some because it's too uniform, like too much of the same type of shape. It gets to be kind of, you know, you like you just doing the same thing over and over. Take some of this. All right, this is more of like watercolors. I don't know, let's see, can I get something you can see? Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, that's better. Like I said, you always find your little spot, like one side, test it, and that way you can see if you like it or not. If not, you don't have that much to cover up or fix. And I'm gonna keep working this background until I finish this background before I start back getting into the actual picture. So, and I want to add some like different like shades of, stuff that complements the gray. And I might come back with some browns in here. And so, right now I'm trying to give like more texture to this tree bark. That's why you didn't have to worry about, trying to be all specific about the shape of the, the black lines we was making. Because, blue, shades of blue complement gray. That's how that's looking so far. And yeah, once I put the shades of this bluish shades in there, I'm gonna come back with probably some brown, some shades of brown. And I believe this is a watercolor brush because I noticed when I put the like once you put this down, once it dries a lot lighter than it goes down. So That's more of like a watercolor thing where you have to put more than one layer of it to actually get that color to show good. See, this is where the little fine detail make your artwork stand out. Little stuff like this. And it's not nothing that's really hard to do. It's just very tedious. And a matter of picking out, you know, complementary colors to each other. But this little detail here really helps to pull off the tree bark look and make it really look like it's tree bark in the back scene of this picture. This section up here gets a little difficult because of the stuff that's in the foreground here, like this tree branch, and it's hard to make out where this tree branch is going. But right now, what you gotta do is you gotta treat it like it's not there. Even if it means you doing stuff that you're gonna end up covering up, you just gotta treat it like it's not there in a way. The one thing I had to learn as an artist is everything is not that you lay down is not precious. You know, it could be repeated. You can erase it or you can do it over if you have to. Like if I do all this detail and if I had to come back and put something here like a branch or something and cover that up, you know, so what? You know, yeah, you thinking like, oh man, I took all that time to put that detail in it. But if it needs to be covered up or a section of it covered up to accomplish whatever you're doing, then you just go ahead and do it. It's no big deal. And that's something I had to learn because I didn't like to cover up or erase things that I drew before. But if what I'm doing calls for me to cover up a section that I spent a couple of minutes doing, and then I had to go back and actually cover it up, I don't have no problem doing it, you know. I don't even second guess that. I just go ahead and do it. Because if I had to come back and put it back in there, I'd just come back and put it back. I mean, that might sound like, oh, well, who doesn't know that? That's something I had to learn, though, because I didn't like to erase. I looked at erasing as a amateur thing to do. Like if you have to erase, that means you're not good at what you're doing. Until I started, watching professionals, artists draw and paint and all that type of stuff. And I realized, I was like, whoa, man, they doing a lot of erasing. Whoa, they do extremely a lot of erasing. It's like, hold up, you can erase? I mean, it's no big deal to erase. And I've been training myself to be okay with erasing ever since. But as you guys can see, this is a very tedious process that we're doing right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And I'm gonna call it for this session of this painting. And when you come back, I should have all that done. And I might actually even add another color or two to the tree bark. Because I would like to try to get I got all these shades of brown and gray and stuff. I really would like to get another shade of green in there. I have a visitor. Noir Comic Creations. Subscribe to the channel and click the notify bell to stay up to date with the latest videos.